All right, race fans, welcome to TurnLeftTV. Be ready for some high-speed action tonight. Step on the gas. All right, race fans, welcome to Lucas Oil Raceway. This is TurnLeftTV, and I'm your host, Heath Johnson. A high-octane racing league, Buschwackers, kicks off the next season. It's the second season of 2022, tonight at Lucas Oil Raceway. A little short track action for race number 1 and 140 laps of tire-munching Lucas Oil Raceway. Some great short track action headed your way. And of course, you know, it is all live right here on TurnLeftTV. Well, it's the Buschwacker Series season opener tonight here at Lucas Oil Raceway, a great short track that is just down the road from me. I love this track. Race number 1, and this is TurnLeftTV. All right, hey, thank you so much for coming in here and joining us on TurnLeftTV. Got a good one for you, man. A little short track action at Lucas Oil Raceway. Thank you so much for coming in. Tonight, it's Lucas Oil Raceway in the Buschwacker Series, race number 1 of 10. 140 laps here tonight at a great little short track. I'm your host, Heath Johnson, broadcast and commentator. This is round number 1. This is going to be a fun one. Tonight's race is brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. If you're interested in an rFactor 2 server, this is a perfect place to find one. EliteHostingUSA.com. Not only that, but also your website and your online store. You can look up EliteHostingUSA.com. That's who sponsors us, or hosts our website, I should say, and provides our servers here at High Octane Racing League. So please visit us at highoctaneracing.net. Get a good link to join us on Discord and get all the latest information on the racing that we have at HORL. Also, you can see who's running what throughout the week by clicking on that rFactor 2 times link up there. Get a quick link over here to TurnLeftTV. Yeah, thanks so much for coming in here. Peace to everybody out there, man. I see Paulo in the chat session. My God, that's some royalty right there. Oh, he did this track. He converted this track over. Love you, Paulo. Love you, man. Thank you so much, buddy. Claudio Bardelli Jr. here, and my boy, Givaldo, already in here. He's asking me who I think is going to win this race. Man, I'll tell you what, Mark Vieira is looking solid tonight, man. He's always a solid race car driver, but we got a great bunch of them on the list right now. Marazon's looking fast. Vieira, Robillard, Bardelli Jr., who just won a championship, by the way. Uh-oh. Can that guy do back-to-back championships? If anybody can do it, I think he can. So, but he's got a stiff competition here on the grid that are going to be vying for a championship, and starting it off here, some short track specialists too. So I don't know, man. I do not know who I'm going to pick. JJ's in here too, so that guy can win some races. So we'll see if he gets that car in victory lane tonight. Again, thanks so much for coming in. Please hit that thumbs up button, and don't forget, if you haven't hit the subscribe button, just tickle it. Just tickle a little bit right there. Let them know you like it. And then also up there in the please donate button, if you'd like to donate to my channel, please help me out here at TurnLeftTV by clicking on that link and donating straight through PayPal. I got a link in my description of my race as well, so help me out there by clicking on that link and going over to the Fanatec website if you're interested in purchasing something there. I just saw, by the way, that they've got some device now that is going to emit real smells like burning rubber smell, hot oil smell, hot engine smell. I am not kidding you. I just saw that on the Facebook Fanatec post, official Fanatec post. Are you kidding me right now? Oh, burning rubber smell. That's all I need throughout the room. Just make it that much better. I don't know how I feel about that. I'll be honest with you. I do not know how I feel about that. But anyway, hey, I saw that today. I thought that is legit, dude. That is legit. That's gangster, as I tell my students. I don't know, man. For those of you who have wives and kids and so forth, there's a bunch of burning rubber coming in from your race room and your race rig. Somebody might call the fire department while you are on the track, and next thing you know, your race is cut short because the fire department shows up. Oh, man, this is Lucas Oil Raceway. These guys getting ready to go to qualification, so going to be an interesting race here tonight. Don't forget, we got some more racing action headed your way tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's Homestead Miami Speedway, 100 laps in this Saturday Showdown Series. Race number 7 of that series. And this could be a fun track, man. I love Homestead. And I think of these cars, it's really going to be good, too. Some great side-by-side racing. And that high groove is definitely in play at Homestead. It'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV if you'd like to take a look at it. And then I'll be out on the track at Richmond. Oh, man, what am I doing to myself? Race number 9 of the Saturday Night Thunder Series season, 200 laps at Richmond. That's tomorrow night at 8 p.m. If you'd like to come out and join me here on the track, I'd love to have you, man. So let's go out and swap some paint at Richmond, and that's coming up in the Saturday Night Thunder. Take a look at the 30 car. This is Christian Wilson, his qualification attempt. We are in the qualification session. See how this 30 car fares here tonight. .615 is Christian's top time so far. And then look at Dan Richter there, knocking him off the top of the grid. But 21.278 is that second lap there, so it looks like a little bit slower in that second lap. 27, Preston Hassel out here on the qualification attempt. They 20.897 now. Tim Lansbury at the top of the grid now. Just as quick as he had up there, Todd Robillard jumped to the top of the grid. But Preston Hassel, taking a look at him here in the 27 car of our New Hampshire drivers. And in that AMD Ryzen-sponsored Ford Mustang. Guy gets out here, helps with setup, development, and so forth. So it looks like Hassel there is 4th on the grid with his run. Shown in P4 with a 20.968. Sean Jacobs been out early here practicing. What did he run? A 21.222. He wants those. He wants the big track, man. He doesn't want these short tracks. Good Givaldo Spindola. He's already been in here, man. He said, "Hey, who will win today?" I don't know, Givaldo. One thing I know is whoever crosses the start-finish line, or the finish line first, is going to win this race. But I don't know, name a name. Whew. I might be the contrarian here. I'm going to go, I'll tell you what, here's where I'm going to go for this. I'm going to throw it in the chat. Claudio Bardelli Jr. in his qualification tip. Oh, here we go. Here we go, my pick. Craig Maher's on for the win here tonight. That's who I think is going to win this race. Todd Robillard is the top time here so far with 20.574. Bardelli Jr. with a 20.750. I believe that's what that was. Now Oliveira said he unliked short tracks, but he's out there in his car tonight. 17 car here. Times at this track, man, it's not so much about where you start, really. JJ with his qualification tip. We've got about 5.5 minutes left to go in the qualification session. Let's see what he lays down. JJ runs a 21.404, so it looks like 11th on the grid for JJ. Not sure about Archie Vieira, what his plan is. It looks like he's got fourth official qualification. Take a look at the schedule here in the Buschwackers series. Kicking off the season at Lucas Oil Raceway in Martinsville coming up next week. You talk about jumping out of the frying pan right into the fire. A couple short tracks hitting you in the face here in the second season of 2022. Chicagoland Speedway coming up on April the 15th. Talladega, that'll be a big one on April the 22nd. A lot of guys will be out for that one. And then Dover International, another short track, man. So look at that. 3 out of the first 5 races are short tracks. If you want to call the Monster Mile a short track, I think it actually races a little bit more like a bigger track, to be honest with you. Darlington Raceway coming up on May the 6th. Memphis, another little short track there on May the 13th. See Texas Motor Speedway in Charlotte, a couple mile-and-a-halfers there on the 20th and 27th of May. And then Gateway Raceway finishing out the season on June the 3rd with a 120-lap race there. So a very different schedule. I thought I'd put a little Midwestern twist to this schedule. And hopefully guys will like it. I know I'm hearing some detractors right now, the guys that maybe haven't qualified so well here so far tonight. So, man, you can't please everybody. But that's the schedule here of the Buschwackers series. Well, I'm kind of excited about that. Let's take a look at the keys to the race here tonight. Yeah, that's right. The keys to the race. Safe tires, man. It's all about corner entry, I think, here. Because this is, especially going into turn 1, you've got almost like a mini version of Richmond. A little bit smaller than Richmond. But it has that feel, at least to me. It has that feel of Richmond. It's tough on tires. You got to kind of drive that thing through the turns. But, you got that D-shaped oval. That front stretch is continuously turning. Turn 1, man, so it's all about turn 1. Saving those tires, how you get into the turn, save those tires. Make sure your pits are on point. It's a kind of a weird pit road speed here. Paulo, we got to change that, man. He's got 37 miles per hour. I think that's like 50 kilometers an hour. Too wide discipline here tonight. You are going to be racing too wide. Some guys are going to be down on the low side and maybe drifting up into you, so you got to be careful about that here at Lucas Oil Raceway. Those are my keys to the race here tonight. Again, thanks so much for coming in. Peace to everybody out there. Hope everybody's had a great week. And look forward to Friday night so I can spend a little time with you guys in the chat session and watching my boys race here at High Octane Racing League. Thanks so much for coming in and watching TurnLeftTV. I greatly appreciate that and all that support from all my fans out there. And love bringing you these races. I do this because I love doing this stuff, man. I've been sim racing for a long time, but I also have, obviously transitioned over to broadcasting sim races. I can get in there and mix it up a little bit on my own. I like guys to be able to go back and watch the races and have their family members watch them and so forth. So I kind of dig that. Guys are right now in the driver's meeting. Let's take a look at the track here at Lucas Oil Raceway, and you'll see, yeah, they got that as a solid oval. It's not like that, trust me, it's not. I think that front stretch is a little bit kind of like a continuous curve, really. It's a D-shaped oval, so this is really not reflective of what Lucas Oil truly looks like. It's, again, it's just a little under 7/10 of a mile, about 1.1 kilometers. 12 degrees of banking in the turns. There's a little room to race here in the turns, but again, you want to be up there by that wall sometimes. And that right front tire is going to start just burning off of it here if you overdrive it going in. So it's located in Brownsburg, Indiana, which is just outside of Indianapolis. About a half hour or so, maybe even not that long, maybe 20 minutes or so. Pretty close to Indianapolis Motor Speedway back. That is Lucas Oil Raceway in a nutshell. Whatever that's supposed to mean. Check out our side-by-side, make sure that's working. I've been having trouble with the other computer to the right side screen there. For some reason not showing the driver name and so forth. So it is what it is. It was an OBS update I made, so whatever happened there, I didn't like it. But at least we get that action there going on, right? I just don't have that, the old-fashioned version of the name, I guess. So it looks like the qualification session is over, and we will check the qualification results just after this. All right, thanks so much for joining us. We're back. Sorry, a little bit late there. We'll take a look at the qualification results here. Todd Robillard qualifies on the pole with the 90 car, 20.574. Just behind him, Craig Marizon in that 2X machine. His second, Claudio Bardelli Jr. will start third. Dana Grover, good qualification effort by Dana in the 8X machine. Qualifies in fourth. Archie Fietta in the 4 car is fifth. Tim Lansbury sixth. Paul Brown in the 77 qualifies in the 7th position. Preston Hassel in the 27 qualifies 8th. In 9th will be John Stanley. Givaldo Spindler starts in the 10th position. Starting in 11th will be Sean Jacobs in the 24 car. Jair Oliveira will start 12th. Christian Wilson 13th. Will Dunbar will start in the 14th position. I believe Lucas Symphony will start in 15th, though he does not show up here on the grid. That's the qualification session, so we'll start in the back of the field. Like we have just under 6 minutes left to go. All right, don't forget, coming up tomorrow afternoon, we'll be at Homestead Miami Speedway in the Saturday Showdown Series, race number 7 of the season. 100-lap race. It's going to be a great one, man. I love Homestead, and the 2018 X mod is a pretty legit one. So that is going to come up tomorrow live right here on TurnLeftTV. I don't want to miss that one. 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So restarting the warm-up here just for a second here. We're waiting on one of our drivers to try to have some graphic issues. It looks like he's trying a solution here, so hopefully that gets worked out here really soon. But yeah, thanks so much for coming in, and we'll take a look at the keys to the race here again tonight, relive those, and again, save your tires, man. This thing is tough on tires, and that includes how you get into turn 1. I think turn 3 is important as well. But getting into the turns is going to help you out if you're really patient. It's almost like you got to go slower to go faster here at Lucas Oil Raceway. You got to back up that turn a little bit. That means saving tires, because you can really get a lot of laps out of this thing if you save your tires. Make sure your pit stops are on point. It's 37 degrees or 37 miles per hour. It's like 50 kilometers an hour here on pit road, so it's easy to speed. And then 2 wide discipline, man. You are going to be racing 2 wide with guys. Try not to drift up into the guy that's on the outside. And if you are on the outside, man, make sure you give a little bit of room here. But you can race for a while 2 wide, so it'll be interesting to see how that works out tonight. Those are my keys to the race here, the Buschwackers series. Glenn Wilson, where's he at, man? He's supposed to be out here racing with us. Glenn Wilson in the chat. Mac Trollick in the chat as well. Cheering Dana on, Dana Grover. Then says, here's to another Buschwackers Series season. Good to see Glenn out here, be out on the track. Glad he's in here watching the race, watching Christian. I guess that's who he's going to be rooting for tonight. Like we're ready to go to race. Hold on to your horses, boys and girls. Hold on to your horses.
I just got 3 things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
All right, here we go. It's Lucas Oil Raceway tonight. And this is going to be a fun one. So let's go through the lineup here tonight at a great little short track located in central Indiana. The starting order. Todd Robillard in the 90 starts in P1. Craig Marizon starts in the 2nd position. Claudio Bardelli Jr. starts in 3rd. Starting in 4th will be Dana Grover in the 8X machine. Starting in the 4th position will be Art Duviet in the 5th was Art Duviet in the 4 car. Tim Lansbury in the 82 starts 6th. Paul Brown in the 77 starts in the 7th position. Preston Hassel 8th. Starting in the 9th position will be Dan Richter in the 65. John Stanley in the 12 starts 10th. Givaldo Spindola starts in the 11th spot in the 68 car. Sean Jacobs in the 24 starts in 12th. Starting in 13th will be Jair Oliveira in the 17 car. Christian Wilson in the 30 starts 14th. Will Dunbar in the 88, that Salesforce sponsored machine, starts 15th. Lucas Simpner in the 21, his teammate, starts in 16th. That's the starting lineup here tonight. 140 laps at a great little short track. At about 15,000 different names, but we don't care. Well, Lucas Oil right now, it's been called ORP, IRP. So the 90 of Todd Robillard will lead the field to take the green flag. It's going to get crazy in a hurry, man. Really, really fast in a hurry. Side by side, 16 drivers, 140 laps. Got to save those tires, man. And I think you're going to see some long green flag runs here once the guys figured out. We may have a couple early caution flags. I hope not. If I didn't jinx it. Pace car is off. Here we go. Robillard in that Freightliner sponsor Camaro. Outside is Craig Marizon. Green, green, green. Here we go. Side by side into turn one. Marizon in that high line there, making it work. They're 3 wide coming through the turn. Still fighting there as Marizon inches ahead. Todd Robillard trying to fight back. Oh, there's contact there right at the start. Robillard giving him a little bit of a push. Marizon inches out front. Got him sideways. Oh, my heavens, man. Already some shenanigans. Look at this, side by side. Oh, we got some more shenanigans. John Stanley in the wall. 4-car in the wall as well, it looks like. Givaldo might have gotten into the wall. John Stanley's off the pace. He's in the wall. That 12-car. Oh, boy. See what happened here. Yep, I said maybe I blame it on me. I jinxed him. Blame it on me. There's on the leader here. Early caution flag. We'll see what happened. Like Stanley and Spindola might have gotten together. We'll take a look. Take a look here at the replay. It looked like Givaldo came up the track right there and got in the back of the 12 car. And then, oh, the 12 hard contact into the inside wall. Yeah, it looked like Givaldo had just come up the track and got into the 12 car. We'll take a look at this again. Right here, Givaldo just slides up that track coming off the turn, and then grabs that 12 car by the back end and just slams him into the wall. So John Stanley in the 12. A little bit of a bummer there, but hopefully he'll get that thing repaired and get it back out. Craig Marizon, the leader here. Under our first yellow flag, our only yellow flag, hopefully. We'll keep our fingers crossed. Yeah, that's just a matter of, in that case, coming off the turn and getting going high, maybe carrying a little bit too much speed. Like I said, you got to be patient when you're down on that bottom side. You also got to give some room when you're up on the outside line, too, because my guys are going to probably be overdriving this thing on cold tires, and the thing is not going to stick. The car is simply not going to stick for you, and that means coming off the turn too. If you're really getting into the throttle more quickly than what you should be doing before those tires are heated up, then you're going to slide up the track. Well, John Stanley hopefully will get some repairs done to that machine and get back out on track. As you see Lucas Simpler in the 21 car coming around. We'll take a look at the schedule here in the Buschwackers series. Don't forget Martinsville coming up next week. Some more short track action. And then a little mile and a half there at Chicagoland Speedway on April the 15th. Talladega Super Speedway on April the 22nd. That'll draw a big crowd. And I think Dover will also have a lot of people out. 125 laps there on April 29th. So pretty interesting first half of that season. Second half there, Darlington, Memphis, Texas, Charlotte, and Gateway. So very interesting season, I think, headed your way here in the Buschwackers series. And this is race number 1. Guys are side by side. Here we go. Getting ready to go back green. Pace car is off. There's on, and the 2X will lead the field to take the green flag. Just how they started. The 90 was down on the inside line. Marizon on the outside line. That's where he wanted to be. He gets on the gas. And he squirts out there to the lead, I should say. Racing pretty hard behind him as Bardelli Jr. starting to maybe vie for that second position. Bottled up back there behind. Arctic bottled up back there. There's some shenanigans going on there. Looking on board here with Arctic Vieta. Looking ahead, you see Paul Brown and the 65, Dan Richter. Well, Vieta now using that outside line. He's making some moves here. He's beside the 65 car, so good run here. Good race between the 65 and the 4. Mustang versus Camaro. That 4 car into the wall. Driving the wheels off this thing right now. He's trying to get around Dan Richter. And Dan Richter's not an easy driver to pass, but looks like Vieta pulls it off and gets around that 65, that Purdue University Boom Boo Rum sponsor machine. And Richter hails from central Indiana. A little bit of north central Indiana, but central Indiana. 65 car. Bill Dunbar just behind him in the 88 car. The Salesforce sponsor machine, so he's wanting to maybe make some moves here tonight. He's going to be doing a big iRacing race here about a week and a half or so. Charity race. We're working on maybe broadcasting that live for you. It'll be an iRacing event. Down the back of Will Dunbar's machine, you see his teammate back there, Lucas Simpsoner, 21 car. Now running in the 12th position. A little tire save strategy out of that guy. Take a look at Claudio Bardelli Jr. here and Dana Grover here having a little bit of a disagreement. 91 in the 8X. This 8X starting to push the envelope here on that bottom side and drifting up, really getting in pretty hard there. So Dana, driving hard into the turns, scrubbing off some speed through the turn. Dana down to the bottom line here. Bardelli Jr. using this outside, and he's able to open up a little bit of a gap there coming off. So Bardelli Jr. being a little bit more patient going in gives him some strength coming off. The 8X right now trying to figure this out. Dana Grover here in the 8X machine in that Toyota running in the 4th position. But a little bit different strategy on corner entry, and now trying to keep from burning that right front tire up. Behind is Preston Hassel, 27 car, and his AMD Rising sponsor machine running in the top 5. Good top 5 run there for him in 5th. Behind him is Tim Lansbury, the 82. Skyline Chili Mustang, one of our New York drivers. They're running in the 6th position. Watch this guy, man. I'll tell you, this is a track where I think, he's going to be pretty good here. And again, he's running in a pretty good run. And look at this side by side there as Preston Hassel using that outside line to get around Dana Grover on board here with Tim Lansbury. And he might end up trying to follow this 27 through. Again, you're looking pretty solid here. We got a couple of drivers that are sort of broken away from the field a little bit. Some good racing here back in the pack here with John Stanley in the 30th. Christian Wilson is going down to the bottom line here. Christian Wilson trying his luck here on that 12 car. They're side by side. You see Luca Simpsoner in this mix too, so they're going to be 3 wide here before you know it. Christian ended up picking up that spot. He's going to get 2 positions. Looks like he's going to get around the 21 car as well. Christian Wilson on the move. Sean Jacobs also moving up the field there. That 21 car. Even the 24 car is John Stanley now falling back. Maybe a little bit of a victim there of that damage. So maybe he's not able to quite get that car back to the way he wanted it. 24 here, starting to put some pressure on that 21 of Lucas Symphony. On board here with Sean Jacobs just behind Lucas Symphony. A little pressure on him. Back up here with Craig Marizon as he is running ahead of Todd Robillard, who runs in P2. See those front two got a fairly decent gap here. We got a good dogfight, four-way dogfight back here, back to the 6th position. And some more great racing right there. Yes, the 4 and the 17 getting after it. The 4 of Artivieta down to the inside. A couple of NASCAR BR guys here racing it out. I'll tell you what, these guys ain't racing like teammates here. They're racing a little hard as Vieta now finally concedes that spot. But he wants that spot back. This says, hey, I tell you what, I'm going to take that Deguste burger, and I'll see you one. AJ's done some DJing in the past, so take a look at Artivieta here in that NASCAR BR sponsored number 4 car. Sean Jacobs here battling Lucas Symphony now. Sean Jacobs in the 24, down below the 21 car. Sean Jacobs in that Western Auto sponsor machine, now running in the 13th position as the 21 falls back to P14. Craig Marizon right now has a 1.1 second lead over P2. He's starting to roll up on some lap traffic here as Givaldo Spindola ready to go lap down, running in the 16th position. He started in the longest line for causing the caution flag, and he's going to let these guys go as the 2X getting by. So now Givaldo Spindola is 1 lap down, and now he's going to let Todd Robillard go by, I believe, as well. Robillard going down to the inside and getting by. He's looking at Givaldo getting all the brakes there pretty hard, so there's something going on with that car right now. John Stanley getting by Lucas Symphony, 12 car of John Stanley trying to bounce back from an earlier incident, and these guys now getting after it, man. This is a great little battle that's going on with some of these guys here. Take a look at the 91, Claudio Bardelli Jr. leading the second crew. He's running in the 3rd position. Just behind him is Preston Hassel, who's now up to 4th. Tim Lansbury all the way up to 5th here now. And Richter wanting to move up the field here in this 65 car. So you see this 7. Oh, there's contact right there. Little contact. 65 and the 17 getting after it, swapping some paint here at Lucas Oil. And the 65 gets around, but that got dicey right there. That got dicey. We'll take a look here. Take a look at this. The 65 down to the inside, and the 17 goes up the track. But right here, oh, he drove in a little bit deep, that 65 car. And there might have been some more contact right there, a little fender rubbing between the two of those guys. Dan Richter now in 9th. 30 might have used those tires up a little bit. John Stanley is going to put an old boy whooping on him. Staple Gun Stanley now picking up that spot. He's back up to the 12th position as Christian Wilson drops back to 13th. So these guys maybe starting to reel him back in a little bit. John Jacobs now catching up to JJ. And I think JJ might have been into the wall here a little bit. He's definitely got a tight condition going on with that machine. And Sean Jacobs getting by, but JJ goes, oh, Sean Jacobs getting into the outside wall, coming off the turn. That's going to give JJ a chance to get that spot back. Sean Jacobs still fighting back here on this outside line. And now makes more contact with the wall. My heavens, man, he's beating and banging on that wall. He said, hey, I'm going to try to knock the fender back into place. 24 beating that car to death right now, and he holds on to that spot. Christian Wilson and Lucas Symphony. You see John Stanley gives that spot back there. Just got that spot from JJ, and now gives that spot back up, and the 30 is going to try to get back around. See Waldo Spindle there on the inside. He's going to off the pace a little bit. He's going to come down pit lane, I believe. No, he's missed the pits. So he was just down off the track letting those guys go by. They were too wide, so just a courtesy call there for the 68. Givaldo, one of the nicest guys out there on the track, man. I'll tell you, get a nicer guy than Givaldo Spindola, that's for sure. He's a 2X here of Craig Marizon, the leader. Up to a 4-second lead over Todd Robillard now, so Marizon's got something figured out here late in the run, this 2X machine. He's going to run up on a load of traffic in front of him, though. As these guys are racing side by side, I believe. Take a look at back here, Lucas Semper, Christian Wilson, John Stanley. Stanley trying to get that spot back again. He and Christian Wilson have swapped spots a couple times. Well, now back up to the 13th position. He's trying to stay on that lead lap. As now looks like Wilson might be going the wrong direction here with using up those tires there early on. Looks like he might have smacked the wall, and Will Dunbar down behind him, that 88 car. He wants to try to go to avoid going a lap down, but looks like Dan Richter, who is the leader, is now on his tail, has a nose under him, and he's going to end up going a lap down here, it looks like. The Richter now puts him a lap down as Will Dunbar now back to the 15th position. Stanley now trying to get those spots back. So he had a couple bad laps, lost some spots that he had gained. Now trying to get those back, and looking behind him, see Gallo Leveda and Christian Wilson battling it out down that front stretch into turn one, and Christian Wilson trying to get some of those spots back as well. It's a little seesaw battle. Christian Wilson now bashing the wall as Jair Leveda, the inside, he's wanting back by, but look, this race is going on. Look who is right behind him. He's in the thick of things here. You got to be careful here with this 2X. You got a really strong car, but you do not want to get involved in somebody else's racing deal. On board here with the race leader, the 2X, Craig Marizon. Long green flag run. I can't figure out what I'm saying here. As the 2X leading the field, here we are on lap 39. Putting the 30 car a lap down. We talk too much about Paul Brown here in that 77 car. Now running in the 6th position. We've gotten around Dana Grover. Take a look at this pass here. This is 77 going to the inside, getting around Dana Grover, taking over that position. Not easy pickup there for the 77 car, but he is now up to the 6th position. John Jacobs here trying to make some moves on Dan Richter. A little warping action going on right there, the 24 to 65. Might have been me. Marizon, the leader of the 2X machine. Getting by that 30. That 30 holding on to that spot. The 2X not able to get around. Like if you had in the 4 car here trying to make a move on that 9X machine. Excuse me, 8X. Why I think that's the 9X? Because it's a yellow 9X in the Saturday Night Thunder new driver cars. That's why. Should have kept them the same color, huh? 4 car gets by, picks up P7. Dana Grover now back to 8th. The Marizon 3.8 second gap now, so that gap has diminished a little bit. And maybe trying to get around the 8X, or excuse me, the 30 car. The 30 also yellow. Take a look at Claudio Bardelli Jr. here in the 91, getting around that 17, or trying to get around that 17. Now 27 in there to, he's going to take it 3 wide. 27 going 3 wide right there. Holy smokes, did you see that? That 27 car went 3 wide, trying to be the meat in the sandwich. And, oh, wow, that was almost a huge wreck. That almost was a huge wreck right there. Holy smokes. 27 does get by that 17, but tried to squeeze through there and get by the 91. Didn't work. Holy Toledo. You look at this, Paul Brown in the 77, now catching that 82. Paul Brown says, hey, I want to get by. Starting to feel good here at this track. Paul Brown now up to the 5th position, getting by that Skyline Chili Mustang of Tim Lansbury. Down up to 5th. Lansbury now back to 6th. Holy smokes. Come on, man. I don't think this battle's over here. The 27 closing in on that 91. He wanted to get through. He wanted to sneak through there. That was almost a catastrophe. Almost a catastrophe. Take a look at this a little bit. Actually, that's a little bit after the fact there. Deshaun Jacobs here and Dana Grover battling it out. Jacobs down to the inside. Grover up on the outside line. Grover having a good run there. Now back to 9th. Jacobs looking like he's trying to figure this car out now. Trying to get by Tim Lansbury. Looks like he does. So Jacobs now up to the 7th position as Lansbury falls back to 8th. Grover is in 9th now. Grover battling Tim Lansbury. Side-by-side action there as Dana Grover down to the inside takes that spot. And Richter going to follow him. Good racing here going on. Tim Lansbury going in the wrong direction right now. It looks like the 21 get by. So something's going on with that 82 car. Something is not right on the Skyline Chili Mustang. Simpner gets by, and Lansbury now back to the 11th position. You know who's cruising? That's the 2X car. Craig Bearzon. He is out front and running away here now. 6.2 second gap on him on the rest of the field. This battle now for the 2nd position is heating up here as the 90 of Todd Robillard now in the 91. Claudio Bardelli Jr. and the 27. Preston Hassel all battling it out. A couple Camaros and a Ford. Robillard here now may end up conceding this position to the 91 car, so these guys have run him down. And we'll have to see if that 27 tries to split the difference here again. Might have learned his lesson, I don't know. 90 up on the high line, he's going to let these guys go, so it looks like Preston Hassel going to be a little patient and gets by. So that Freightliner sponsor machine now back to 4th as Bardelli Jr. and Preston Hassel both get by. Take a look at Archie Fiata here, and the 82 Tim Lansbury looks like he's coming down pit lane maybe. Might have been on pit lane, I'm not sure, but going on with Lansbury there, he might have made that pit stop, so we missed that pit stop for Lansbury, so it looks like he might have made pit stop. Robillard, Preston Hassel, and Todd Robillard, here's that pass as I see Preston Hassel getting by. Robillard back to P3. 4 of Archie now up to the 6th position behind him, Sean Jacobs. And they're kind of running, at least as place-wise, by himself. Tim Lansbury on the bottom line has made a pit stop. He's in the 15th position in the 82 car. He's trying to get by on fresher tires. I wouldn't spend too much time burning up my tires here racing somebody who's a lap down. You know, just be patient, get by. As Lansbury does. Jacobs running in P7. And Richter is in the 8th position. He's in a little bit of a hornet's nest right now with 17 car up high. 5, Dan Richter trying to move his way through traffic. Lucas Simfer is back there behind him in the 21 car, so this guy's in some lap traffic right now. This is where crazy things can happen here as Richter goes down to the inside. Simfer going to follow him. The Simfer going to make it 3 wide. He's going down to the inside. He's going to use that inside line here, maybe take the spot. So Lucas Simfer looking to get around. 5, Dan Richter, he's one of those old guard drivers. Well, Mustangs here battling it out. That's 65 and the 71, or excuse me, 21. Bindle down to the inside, letting those guys go. Bardelli Jr. now indicating he's going to be coming down pit lane on the brakes here hard as that 91 car getting that car slowed down. The 90 also on pit lane. Craig Bearzon still out, so everything seems okay with him. He's not interested in worrying anything about pit stops right now, I don't think. But we see the 91 coming down pit lane here. Side-by-side view here as you see Craig Marizon, the leader. Justin Hassel is in second. Claudio Bardelli Jr. on pit lane. Finishing up his pit stop, coming back out on track. Pit stops underway. And the 2X coming down pit lane here. Our race leader making a pit stop. Preston Hassel, I think he said he's going to be making a pit stop too. Paul Brown coming down pit lane. So the leaders on pit lane. I think it's probably going to end up giving the race lead to Sean Jacobs, if I'm not mistaken, in the 24 car. Paul Brown on pit lane, we see. Finishing up that pit stop. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Feeling like that is an eternity right there. 77. Finishing up his pit stop. Sean Jacobs still has not come down pit lane. He's the race leader. Preston Hassel indicating there's something wrong with fuel in that car. He took forever on pit lane. Preston Hassel now back to 15th, and he might lose some more positions here. Pit crew did not get that gas can in the gas tank, in the nozzle there. Oh my heavens, man. The 27 losing a ton of positions. He had worked his way up to the third spot, now losing a ton of positions here on pit lane. He is now 2 laps down. A tough break there for Preston Hassel. John Stanley on pit lane. Haven't talked too much about him since the beginning of that race, but John Stanley in the 12 car now on pit lane. Lucas Sifner out to the race lead. 21 car. John Jacobs is in second, so the 21 has that long race mentality going on. Might be trying to make it on just one stop. Got something figured out, I believe. X car on fresher tires is going to go by Lucas Sifner, who is the race leader. He's thinking, man, if this thing stays green, I might be able to just pit this one time, and this technically would be a two pit stops because they pit under yellow earlier on. 91 goes by. Bardelli Jr. going by. In P7, now back on the lead lap. Dana Grover indicating he's going to be coming down pit lane here, on board here with him. You got to get an idea of what it's like to pit here at this joint. Dana Grover coming down pit lane, that ADAX machine, giving up the third position. 88, Will Dunbar also on pit lane. So, Will Dunbar in that Salesforce sponsor machine making a pit stop. Lucas Sifner indicating he's coming down pit lane in the 21 car. I suspect that's going to give the race lead back to Dan Richter here in the 65. The 77, Paul Brown out there as well. Now Paul Brown running in the 6th position is 1 lap down. He's trying to get around that 65 car. Now the 65 has not pitted, so the 77 trying to get back on the lead lap the old-fashioned way here. On fresher tires, or getting out there on the track, not you relying on a lucky dog or cycling around pit stops necessarily. He has pitted, so he's on a little bit fresher tire situation. Duello Spindler coming back out off pit lane. And Richter going to make it a little bit hard for that 77 car to get by, though. 77 can get a run into the turn, but the outside line, it seems to be pretty good here, even on older tires. But I think the 77 car is going to end up taking that position. So the 77 not taking the position, but getting around, now back on the lead lap. 65, our race leader, Dan Richter. Craig Marizon is in second. The longer Dan Richter stays out now, the worse it's going to be for him, because guys behind him have all pitted. They're going to come in here. Going to come into the screen here fairly soon. It was 10 seconds, now down to about 9 seconds. Get an idea of where they are, as this is our race leader, Dan Richter, in the 65. Comes around the turn, and then we're waiting on Craig Marizon in the 2X. A little bit of room, and right there he goes. '65 now down is lead now down to 7.5 seconds. Marizon on the move. Just fresher tires. We'll take a look at the 91, Claudio Bardelli Jr. He's had a pretty good pit stop. He's right there with Craig Marizon. So Bardelli Jr. Looking a little bit stronger on this run. You see that 2X just in front of him. He is the race leader. So Bardelli Jr. looking to maybe try to pick up a race win. He got that championship last season. But can he do it 2 in a row? 2 championships in a row. That'd be big. So Bardelli Jr. got that championship last season. Congratulations to him. And first race out here tonight, and he might be in the hunt for a race win. At 91, trying to weave his way through traffic. As the 2X to close in on that Dan Richter, number 65 machine. 41, Lucas Sinfner, his lap back, so he's running in P6, getting by the 65. Preston Hassel and Art Vieira here battling it out. Good little run there for the 9th position as the 27 going to get by that 4. Vieira now back to 10th. Dan Richter now making a pit stop here, the 65 car. He ran a lot of laps on that run at 65. So now Marizon finds himself in the race lead, but he is in the middle of a gaggle of cars right there, as Marizon being held up a little bit by lap traffic, and that's going to let those guys behind him catch up. Look at that, Bardelli Jr. running in second just behind him. Todd Robillard in this mix as well, so 1, 2, 3 right there together. Throw a blanket over them. Tim Lansbury let those guys go. Marizon's got some company now on this run. Got a pretty good long run car there, so 91 running in second. Robillard in the 90 running in the 3rd position. Paul Brown running in 4th. You look at the 77 machine. Got a little work to do, about 11.5 seconds or so behind the 3rd place car of Todd Robillard. Take a look at Artie Vieira here. Now running in the 9th position. Dan Richter on pit lane, or was on pit lane. Take a look at John Stanley here in the 12 car. Has had a pretty quiet night, except for the beginning. Got a little funky there at the beginning for him. But now running in the 11th position, kind of settling in. He is 1 lap down. In P11, we have 6 cars on the lead lap. Lansbury, the first car, 1 lap down in 7th. He's in the lucky dog position, at least right now. 12 here running in the 11th spot. John Stanley in this die-hard sponsor machine. Want to maybe try to crack the top 10. Christian Wilson and the 17 racing there side by side, not for position, as Christian Wilson getting around the 17 of Jair Oliveira. Christian Wilson now up to the 12th position. Dana Grover trying to follow him through. Take a look at this. Dana Grover there getting by the 17 car. Getting over the 13th position. Preston Hassel, Tim Lansbury here battling for a spot. It's for the 7th position as Preston Hassel going down to the inside line. Lansbury in that Skyline Chili Mustang. Just does not seem this car really comes to him. I thought late in the run the 82 car was going to be pretty solid, but it seems like that this guy is, you see how much he's turning that wheel. That means he's really got a hot right front tire. He is really solid on that wheel in the turns, trying to get this car to turn. Not so much through that one, but going into turn 3 through 3 and 4, watch this 82 car and how much he's turning this wheel just to keep this car turning. Look at that, man. I mean, that is absolutely crazy right there. Arthur Vieta picks up that spot. Arthur Vieta now in that 4 car running in the 8th position as Lansbury falls back to 9th. Lansbury definitely got a situation where those tires are not feeling good to him. 2X of Craig Marizon here, the leader, and he's starting to roll up on the 30. Christian Wilson's running in 12th, and man, it's the gaggle of cars here for the race leader to be able to weave through. Marizon, the leader's got about a half a second lead over Claudio Bardelli Jr. And as long as he has to try to put up with this lap traffic, and that's going to help Bardelli Jr. out. You see the 30 drifting up the track there coming off the turn, off turn 4. These guys are fighting, man. They're fighting to stay on the lead lap. Sean Jacobs fighting to stay on the lead lap. He is the last car on the lead lap. That's fair game for him. He's running behind Lucas Simfer, who's technically fighting to stay on that lead lap as well. He's running in 5th, but Craig Marizon is flat out lapping the field here. Bardelli Jr. 0.2 of a second behind him, keeping him in check, but holy smokes. That's a tight battle there for the race lead. Take a look at that. Craig Marizon, Claudio Bardelli Jr. running 1-2. Bardelli Jr. about 0.3 of a second, so giving up a little bit on that that circuit of the track. A little bit different lines there coming off the turn for the 2X versus the 91. Almost identical through turns 3 and 4. And rolling up on some lap traffic is that 2X car. He wants these guys to get out of the way. So look at this, 65, Dan Richter led some laps here toward the end of that first run. Now the 65 getting by that 82 car. A little bit of lap traffic there with Givaldo Spindler running in the 16th position. Dan Richter up to 9th. As, again, Tim Lansbury really fighting a tight condition right now, especially through 1 and 2. The car drifting way up the track as you see Givaldo in the 68 trying to put some pressure on him right now. Lansbury running in 10th, but he is fighting that car. Marizon is fighting traffic right now. He is wanting to get through. Bardelli Jr. is in 2nd, Robillard 3rd. Brown 4th, Simfer running out the top 5. They're side by side here in front of the race leader. Definitely fair game, man. They're racing what you want them to do. What we came here to do is race, but man, I'll tell you what, something happens. They're almost 3 wide. We're on board here with the race leader, Craig Marazon, and these guys starting to get a little frisky. Starting to say frosty, frisky. John Stanley in the whiskey, in the wall. Whiskey Tango Foxtrot there for the 12 car. Tim Lansbury. I'm all over the place right now. Tim Lansbury in the 82 on pit lane. Claudio Bardelli Jr. Giving up, fighting for that lead. Come down pit lane here. So these guys making pit stops. I'm telling you, man, I think somebody might be able to make it on one stop there. These guys coming down for their second stops. We'll see. We will see. Yeah, side-by-side view here is Bardelli Jr. now on pit lane here. He's taking some service. It's Craig Marazon continuing to lead. Bardelli Jr. in the 91 is finishing up his pit stop here on lap 103. Paul Brown in the 77 car has that car up to the second position. He's got some work to do. 20 seconds down as Robillard has given up his aspirations right now of the lead, coming down pit lane, taking some service. Vienna on pit lane. Richter's made a pit stop. Bardelli Jr., Wilson all made pit stops. Take a look at Paul Brown running in the second position. Marazon on pit lane, so our race leader has made a pit stop. Or is making a pit stop, I should say. So Craig Marazon down pit lane. Take a look at that 2X machine. He's had the fastest car really all night long. Started up front, raced up front pretty much all night long. So the 2X, try to have a solid pit stop. Looks like a pretty clean pit stop there. 14.4 seconds or so. I don't know. That's not the pits. The old John Stanley's retired his machine. I don't know what happened there to John Stanley, but he's retired. Paul Brown, the leader in the 77. Tiffner in second. Marazon looks like that car might be smoking a little bit. Not sure who that was, but it does definitely look like there was smoke emanating from that car. Maybe that was at that pit stop there, and he's got that car cooled off a little bit. Now Marazon getting around the 77. Marazon's at least gotten back on the lead lap, and that might be a scary thing there for some of these guys. He looks to be the best car of the night. Lucas Simpner in the 21 running in the second position. 7/10 back is Sean Jacobs, the 24. Paul Brown, 30 laps to go, the leader. Simpner second, Jacobs third, Hassel fourth, Richter is in fifth. John Stanley retired his machine. One car out of the race, and that is John Stanley in the 12. He had some damage there earlier on with Valdo got up the track, got into the side of him. Lucas Sinfer is in second. John Jacobs third. Preston Hassel fourth. Dan Richter running in the fifth position. John Jacobs, Western Auto spots a machine. He's running in third, indicating he's going to be coming down pit lane. So forward here with Deshaun Jacobs as he thinks about making a pit stop here. That car is a little hard to turn for him. You saw how much he was sawing on that wheel. 24 Western Auto sponsor Camaro. Sean Jacobs, one of our Pennsylvania drivers, now giving up third place to come down pit lane. Paul Brown, been a quiet night for the 77 car. He has this car up front here late in the run. There's on where he's at. Where's he at? He's in seventh right now. Seventh position, and he has made that pit stop. Fresh tires for him. Robillard has made a pit stop as well, I believe. There's on there trying to get through some of the lap traffic. A little bit tough there. He got around Chivaldo. Chivaldo let him go. Although having a little bit of a tough night. 9 laps down. Damage on that machine. 77 and the 21 now battling it out here. Lap 117. These guys still need to make a pit stop, maybe. Who knows? 77 and the 21 battling it out. So a good little battle here. Paul Brown and Lucas Sinfer. Sinfer known for those long runs and that fuel save strategy. Down to the bottom here. He's trying to get around Paul Brown on this bottom side. Take a look at the 21. As you see, he's backing up that turn about halfway through the turn, trying to get a good run. Using the high line, dropping down a little bit. And then backing off that a little bit. You see there, he gets a good run coming off, especially off turn 3 or turn 4, and he's got down below 77 car. They're side by side. As Lucas Sinfer and the 77 of Paul Brown continuing to battle. Great battling here with 20 laps to go. Paul Brown does not want to give up that spot. Not going to give Luca the cushion that he needs, the room that he needs to be able to pull off the pass. Luca backs off. Maybe going to try to sneak around on the high side. Luca now trying to back up that turn again and get around the 77 car. Claudio Bardelli Jr. here in the 91. He is 3.5 seconds off the race lead. And Todd Robillard running each other's zip code there. Robillard gets off the turn and gets into the wall a little bit in that 90. '82, Tim Lansbury, and the 8X, Dana Grover battling it out. Tim Lansbury picking up P10. Grover now back to the 11th position. John Jacobs and Archie Vieira here battling it out too late in the race. Oh, there might have been some contact there. Might have been some contact. Oh, boy. Take a look here. There might have been some contact there. But off the turn here, let's see what happened. Oh, looked like the 4 car might have gotten down just a little bit into the 24. There was definitely some contact. '77 coming down pit lane. Our new race leader is the 21 of Lucas Sinfer. As Paul Brown is on pit lane. And Simpner make it on fuel mileage here. Another one of those fuel mileage races for him. Classic. Paul Brown finishing up his pit stop, coming back out on track. As Lucas Simpner, does he have to pit? You see Paul Brown finishing that pit stop up, now rejoining the racing surface in P6. So the 21 car, Lucas Simpner, here with about 13 laps to go. Our race leader. Be interesting if he can actually make it the rest of the way. I think he probably can. I have a feeling there's something going on there, but at the very least, you're going to have to maybe do just a splash and go type of thing. But I think he might have enough fuel to make it to the end. We'll see. Bardelli Jr. shown in the second position. He's closing in on the 21 car here, so this may end up kind of changing that 21 strategy. If he's trying to let fuel save strategy, this 91, Claudio Bardelli Jr. is starting to close the gap there on the 91 car. The 21 car. Lucas Simpner, the leader, just ahead, and Bardelli Jr. closing in. Long green flag runs here, that's for sure. McMare's on Dan Richter here battling it out. Dan Richter up on the outside line as that 2X car trying to get by. And I'll tell you, Dan Richter not an easy guy to get by. And the 2X gets by a little bit fresher tires maybe. And then the 65, it gets around 77 on fresh tires. He's going to try to get that lap back. Paul Brown, Dan Richter both 1 lap down. So 77's got a little bit of incentive here to race this 2X hard and try to get in the lucky dog position. Although getting down out of the way and let those guys race it out. So good battle here. This is for the second position, the lucky dog spot. Richter is now technically, now he's back on the lead lap here, so it looks like actually Craig Bearzon looks like he's back on the lead lap, and Paul Brown wanting to get back on the lead lap. Just 1 lap down. Bardelli Jr., the 91, smacking the wall. He's closed in on the 21 car, but man, he absolutely slammed the wall there. 27. Preston Hassel to the inside of Arteviera here, battling it out. AMD sponsored machine picking up a spot now in 8th. 5 laps to go. Can Lucas Simpner hold off the 91 of Claudio Bardelli Jr.? Battle for the lead. Battle for the victory. These guys got what they got. I think the 91 might have used his stuff up there catching up to the 21. We'll see. 0.2 of a second separate them. Now 0.3, so the 21 starting to pull away a little bit on that 91. It looks like those tires might be used up a little bit. Now he's smacking the wall again. Simpner through 1 and 2, taking a really different line. Well, Simpner trying to close this out. Bardelli Jr. trying to keep that right side intact on his car. 2 laps to go for the 21 car. And he hold on. A little bit of lap traffic for him. Across the start finish line, we'll have 1 to go. Bardelli Jr. might have slammed the wall again. Dana Grover going to try to let the leader go by as Luca now to the inside, and 1 lap to go for the 21 car. Final lap here. Can Bardelli close in? Lucas Sifner down. Oh, they're smacking the wall coming off. 21, Lucas Sifner coming off turn 4. Will end up taking the victory here at Lucas Oil Raceway. So Luca figured it out here with a caution-free race, and it looks like Christian might have spun him right there. Give him a little bit of a tap. So the Flex Seal sponsor machine getting spun. He might not even make it around to take his do his burnout. So congratulations to Lucas Sifner on getting the win here at Lucas Oil. Congratulations to the 21 car, Lucas Sifner, getting the win here at Lucas Oil Raceway. Great little run for the 21 car. Another one of those long run deals for him. And did a great job of bringing home the victory. One caution flag here tonight. Interesting race there, I will say. Definitely an interesting race. And, Luke ended up taking the victory there. So congratulations to him. That was an interesting race. It really was. I mean, you had a lot of great racing there. We had that one caution flag right off the bat. Let's take a look at the final results here. Lucas Sifner gets the win. Claudio Bardelli Jr. finishes in second. Robillard finishes in the third position. Marizon battles back to get a fourth place finish. Dan Richter finishes fifth. Paul Brown finishes in the sixth position. Preston Hassel seventh. Sean Jacobs eighth. Arthur Vieira finishes in the ninth position. Tim Lansbury had a tough night but finishes in 10th. Finishing in the 11th position will be Christian Wilson in the 30 car. Dana Grover finishes in the 12th spot. Finishing in the 13th position will be Jair Oliveira in the 17 car. Will Dunbar finishes in the 14th position. Finishing in 15th is Givaldo Espindola, and John Stanley finishes in the 16th position. Lucas Sifner gets the win here at Lucas Oil Raceway. Wait a minute, what? Lucas? Oh. I don't know. Am I searching for something? I might be. See if we can't get Luca up here in the booth with us. All right, we'll see if we can't get Luke up here. This is going to be an interesting interview. All right, Lucas Sifner joining us up here in the broadcast booth. A big win here at this short track. Lucas Oil Raceway, and another one of those classic Lucas Sifner runs with those long green flag runs and maybe a little pit strategy.
Boy, I gotta say, you might as well call it Lucas Oil.
It's funny, I was just doing that. You must be listening to the broadcast.
No, I came up with that myself.
Okay, well, you watched the broadcast. Hey, congratulations, man. Bardelli Jr. was challenging you a little bit. Looked like he might have been overdriving that there toward the end and slammed the wall a couple times. And you had some lap traffic to make it a little interesting, too. Talk about what was going through your mind there as you saw the 91 on your tail end and also that lap traffic ahead.
Honestly, it goes back like 20, 25 laps, actually, when I was going past Paul Brown. Eventually, I saw, a couple seconds back, Claudio, and I thought, is he going to pit? I don't remember if he pitted or not. And so, he kept, taking off a couple tenths, and eventually I realized he already pitted. And so I kind of got scared when he got to that 1 second mark, and there's maybe 10 laps to go, and I was like, man, is he going to pass me, like, really quickly? Like, this could happen in, 1.5 corner, basically. And, I guess I got pretty lucky. Saved enough tires, the Fuel King strikes again, and I just made it work.
Well, I was kind of watching your line, through the turns, and you were taking more of, kind of a high entry into the turns, but really almost kind of, diamonding those turns. You were really taking a kind of a diving down to that inside line, it looked like a little bit, coming off those turns late in the run. What was going, how'd you figure that out? And, is that the way you saw things?
Well, I just figured that you could get a little bit of extra speed at some extra cost to your rear tires. They would slide around a little bit more if you take that inside line. You put 2 tires on that first lane, and it would only cost you a little bit more rear tires, and it turned out to be pretty fast in the end.
Well, you got another short track hitting you in the face next week with Martinsville. That's going to be some more tight racing. What's the strategy going into Martinsville?
Martinsville, I got no strategy for Martinsville. That thing is just too crazy.
Well, hey, congratulations. Another one in the books there for Luca Simpner and Team Luca. And I guess we'll have to rename the track Luca's Oil Raceway.
I like the sound of that. Another win for Team Luca.
All right, congratulations, man. Great run.
Thank you.
So Luca Simpner in victory lane again in the 21 car, the Flex Seal sponsored Ford Mustang. Good run for him, and what an interesting race it really was, man. Another one of those races that comes down to pit stops and pit strategy. I know some of these guys are trying to figure it out, man. They're just like, how in the world we're going to get this figured out here at these tracks where we have these long green flag runs. And that's what we've seen in the Buschwackers series. We get big fields, but we get long green flag runs here too. So it makes for some great racing. Speaking of some great racing, we got Homestead Miami Speedway headed your way tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the High Octane Racing League Saturday Showdown Series. This is going to be a fun one, man. Always is in the Showdown Series. It's race number 7 of the season. And very interesting track in that 2018 X-Mod. I like Homestead. It's one of my favorite tracks. The car really, in the older version of the stock cars, you really had to get up on the wheel late in the run and drive this car here. So it's a 100-lap race coming up tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be live right here on TurnLeftTV. That's the Saturday Showdown Series at Homestead Miami Speedway. Then after that, I'm going to get out of the broadcast booth and get in the car and race with my buddies here at Richmond International in the Saturday Night Thunder High Octane Racing League's 21-year season. The Saturday Night's Thunder, or 21-year series. It's race number 9 of the season. That's coming up tomorrow, 200 laps at Richmond. Love this track, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. If you want to come out and beat up on the broadcaster, come on out. We'd love to have you. That is the Saturday Night Thunder coming up tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I want to say thank you so much for coming in here to TurnLeftTV. Oh, hit the wrong button there. There we go. Thanks so much for coming in. I don't know, man. It's been a long week. Thanks for coming in here. I really appreciate it. Please hit that thumbs up button. Let me know you were here. Peace to everybody out there. Please behave yourself. I know we got a lot of turmoil going on in the world, but hopefully we can find ways to make each other happy and make everybody happy around us and be happy and so forth. And be kind to one another and try to work things out. Get out here and sim race, man. That's the way we do it. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, please do so. It's right there. And then there's the bell over there as well. Hit that bell that's way over there on that right side of that subscribe button. Then if you'd like to donate to my channel, there's a link right up in the banner right there to donate to TurnLeftTV through PayPal. Also got a link down in the description of this race. If you'd like to follow that over to the Fanatec website, I'd love that, man. That'd help me out here a great deal. Thanks so much for coming in. Appreciate folks coming out and watching the races here on TurnLeftTV. And we got some more racing this weekend, as always. So hopefully you enjoyed tonight's race. I sure did, man. It was a fun one and a great, very interesting race here. So congratulations to Lucas Simfer on getting that win. Big one for him. Don't forget, tonight's race was brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. If you're interested in a solid rFactor 2 server, there are 3 self-made server packages for you to choose from. Also, you can host your website or your online store if you got one of those. Please give EliteHostingUSA.com. That is who hosts our servers and our website, highoctaneracing.net. Head on over there, and you'll get obviously screenshots, point updates, any season changes, any schedule changes, quick links to all the schedules there and so forth, and also who's running what throughout the week. Well, hey, thanks so much for coming in here and joining me on Turn Left TV. That's going to do it for us tonight. I want to say thank you so much. See you next time. In the meantime, I am out of here.